or just a lumpectomy. Well, she decided just to take them both off, which I kind of giggled at that a little bit, but that was her choice. And I asked him, I said, you know, what's this going to cost? Because we didn't have any health insurance at the time for her. And I asked him, I said, what is this going to cost? And I said about $20,000. He said, I don't drive a Lamborghini, I drive a pickup truck. It was only $6,000 for the surgery. But the surgery alone, as far as the hospital and the room and everything she had to go through to have that done, that was $49,000. So we paid him directly, and then had to apply for Medicaid and all that, see if they would help on the cost of the surgery and everything, as far as the hospital and all that. And of course I got declined because of my income and all that I had, and savings and stuff like that. So we sit down with a financial person there at the hospital after the surgery and everything, and was going to make plans to make payments on that, which I think it's very important that you pay your bills. That's just my generation. So we never received a bill for that. So we checked back with the hospital administrator again, and she goes, well, that bill's been paid. And we have no idea who paid that. It could have been the breast cancer foundation. We don't know who paid that bill. So we're very thankful for that. So I give God the glory and allowing him to orchestrate the payment on that. So that's why it's important for me to trust God. And I've got 2 grown sons in their mid to late 40s, and I got 5 grandchildren. They're either in their teens or early 20s. But this is what I do for retirement. If I'm not riding my bike, I'm going to start hiking again here shortly. I had to kind of get off my knees for a while. I went to see an orthopedic guy, and he was showing me the x-rays on my knees, and he said, you got bone on these knees. He said, so you can either get the cortisone shots in your knee, and you can do that about every 3 months, I guess, or you can go ahead and get knee replacements. Well, I'm not ready for that. So I told him I ride my bike, and he says, continue riding. You're going to build muscles around your knee, around those knees. So I have, and put on 2,800 miles now, and and I'm able to not have much pain in my knees. Now, if I walk 3 to 5 miles or longer, my knees start hurting a little bit. Went on a small 3-mile hike the other day and didn't bother my knees at all. But I learned to take an anti-inflammatory before I start hiking, maybe Advil or something like that. My doctor recommended to do that, and that seemed to help a lot. But even if you're getting into riding bikes or e-bikes or hiking, anything you do is just strenuous activity, you need to see your doctor first before you do that. Because I would never tell anybody to get out there and ride an e-bike until their doctor says they're healthy enough to do it. We just can't do what we did 20 years ago. The more I do this, I find it's a lot easier to do. I've got so much pedaling in the last year that doesn't bother my knees at all. It doesn't bother my back. My hands started getting a little tingly a little bit once I ride on these handlebars. But you just got to shake them off a little bit every now and then, and And posture on your bike is very important. You don't want your pedal on the downstroke where your leg is completely straight. That'll cause havoc on your knees. You really want about somewhere around a 30%, I think it is, that they recommend angle when you're at the downstroke on your bike. That's what your knee should be at. And then on your back and arms and stuff, you're going to really want your, that's where your seat level is very important. You don't want your arms completely stretched out. You want a little bend in your arms at the elbow, and that'll alleviate any problems there. And you want a pretty much upright posture on your bike so you can keep your back straight. But we've come, I'm thinking about 8 miles now, a little better than 8 miles. As you can see, I've got about 94% left on my battery. And I'm just cruising along here, 16, 17 mile an hour. So I've come halfway and I've still got 94%. Come halfway on the 15 miles and I've still got 94% on the battery. You can hear the tires a little bit as you're riding along. I mean, people could kind of hear that when you're coming up on them. Morning. Still got these fall flowers blooming over here. It's pretty nice. On your left. Thank you. Got some ballparks over here on the left. They got a little detour I've got to go around up here. They're doing some road work and sewer work up here, so I've got to turn left up here and go down a little bit to get back on the road. The detour itself, they really want you to go about 2 miles out of the way, and I've done that. But I figured out a way to not have to go that 2 miles. I'm only going to go probably a half a mile difference than I normally would. Here's where we got to take a little detour here. Morning. It's just gorgeous out here today. It's perfect bike riding weather. We dropped down to about 91% now. And we're at 9 miles. This road will take us up where instead of turning left to go to the detour they want me to go on, spin another 2 miles, but I don't want to do that. So I turn right and just ride the road up a little bit and watch for cars, and then turn left into a parking lot to get back onto the bike trail again. A little past the detour work. So I've been doing this for about a month now, like this. Have no traffic coming from the left here. Just got to be a little careful here. You see the road work we're doing here. Like I said, they're putting in new sewers, and I'm sure they're going to repave the road when they're done. Well, I'm getting ready to turn into this little parking lot here. It'll get me back on the bike trail. Yeah, this bike does very well on this gravel. Now my other bike's 26-inch bike, and it's only got like 1.75 wide tires on it, so I got to be really careful on that gravel back there because you can slide and fall pretty easily. But now we're going to get back onto the bike trail. And we probably got about another 5.5 miles to get to our destination. Again, if there's anything more you'd like to know about my Cyrusher Komodo, put it down in the comment section. They're easily to assemble. When they ship the box to your house, and their delivery is only like 3 to 7 days. In United States, I think their warehouse is in Utah. So it was right at 7 days time I got my bike. And again, the only thing I had to assemble was the front tire I had to put on, which is very simple, and then the handlebars. But other than that, the bike was ready to ride. Unfortunately, it does not come with instructions like a manual in the box, but you can find that online pretty easily.